Hello and welcome everyone. In this video tutorial, we will discuss how we can write our own context processors. Now there are several instances when we want a variable to be available to all the templates in our project. And to execute this task, there are two approaches. The first one includes using the same variable in every context of the view. But in this method, there will be code repeatancy. However, to overcome this issue, we can utilize the concept of custom context processors. But what are these context processors? Let's discuss that in this video. So we will start off this video by understanding what are context processors. And then we will understand how we can write our own context processor in Django. So let's jump to the very first topic. A context processor in Django is simply a Python function with an HTTP object as an argument, which then returns a dictionary that is added to the template context, and a dictionary must be produced by each context processor. Now a custom context processor may be located anywhere in your code base until the context processor engine's parameter points to it. So let us understand how we can use these custom context processors with the help of an example. So for instance, we must build a course management system, or we can say LMS, that includes multiple courses. Now there will be many situations where we need to assess the course detail on multiple pages in the overall web application. So in such cases, we can define our own custom context processor that holds course details. So I hope the concept of context processor is clear to you, and let's move forward and let's understand the steps that we need to follow to create our own custom context processor. To create a custom context processor, we need to create a Python file inside our application directory, and we can name that file as per our wish. So I will open my VS Code editor. Now for this example implementation, I am using the same course system project and the home application. Now what I have to do in my application directory, I have to create one Python file. So I will click on new file. Let me name this file as cust_context_processor.py, and we have to make sure it is a Python file. So once we have created this file, we can add some code in it. So what I will do, I will define a function here. So to define a function, I will use the keyword def. Let's name this function as get courses. Now the very first argument in this function should be request. After this, let's come to the body of the function. Now as I told you, a context is a HTTP object, which basically is a dictionary type. So I will return a dictionary here. Now within this dictionary, I have to define some key value pairs. So I will name my first key as all courses, and let me define a list for it. Now in the list, let me define some course names. For example, I define the first value as Python basics, then machine learning. Sorry, I forgot to put single quotes. Then let me put Tkinter, let me put Django as well, and let me put one more value, which is TensorFlow. Now what we have done, we have simply created one function which takes request as a argument and which returns one dictionary where key is all underscore courses and value is a list which contain list of string type values. Now next, what we need to do, we need to make this context processor available for each template, and for this we need to define this context processor in the context processor list. So what I have to do, I have to move to the course directory, and within this I have to open the settings.py file. In the settings.py file, we have this templates list, and within this you can see there is one context underscore processors, and now there are many inbuilt context processors available. I have to list my custom context processor here. So in the last, put a comma and hit enter, and here I have to specify the name. So I will name it as home because my application name is home. So I put home dot, then the name of the file, which is cust_context_processor, again dot, and in the end I have to specify the name as well. So the name of that is get_courses. Now with this I have defined my custom context processor, and I have made that custom context processor available for all the templates. Now next, what we need to do, we need to define a view, we need to define its URL and the template, and within that template we can use that context processor. So next, what I will do, I will move to my home application, and in that I will create a view. Now let me name this view as home, again request as the first parameter. Now render method is already imported, so I will simply return render function. which takes very first argument as a request, and then it will render the base.html file. So now I have the view. I have to map it to a URL, which we have already done in the previous example. So I have defined this pattern which take empty string as an argument. The view name is views.home and the name of the view is home. Let me open the base.html file and let's see how we can use this context processor there. So what I will do here, I will print the list of all the courses as a unordered list in HTML. So what I will do, I will put a break here, then I will define list of courses offered by us, then again I will put a horizontal line. After this I will define one unordered list, and within this unordered list I will use a for loop. So I will type for course in all underscore courses. Now if you are wondering where this all underscore courses came from, so it is the name of the key that we have defined in our dictionary, all underscore courses. I also have to define the end for. Now within this for loop I will take list elements and I will print each course. So what I have done in this code, I have used a one for loop to iterate over each name, course name given in the all underscore course list, and then I have printed the name of each course. Now what we need to do, we need to start the development server, which is already running in my case. So I will simply open the URL and I will refresh this page, and here on the screen you can see the result. So list of all courses offered by us, and these are the list of courses which are coming from the custom context processor. So I hope with this you all understand the concept how we can create our own context processors. And with this we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.